Have you heard about the recent air traffic control failure in the UK? Wondering how it has affected flights across the country? Let's take a moment to understand what happened. A network-wide failure of the air traffic control systems sent ripples of disruption throughout the UK's airports. This failure wasn't a small glitch. It was a massive, sweeping issue that brought the country's flight operations to a standstill. To maintain safety amid the chaos, National Air Traffic Services, also known as NATS, had to implement traffic flow restrictions. This meant that the usual flow of aircraft had to be slowed down and, in some cases, completely halted. As a result, some flights were even forced to land elsewhere, adding another layer of confusion to an already complex situation. The disruption wasn't limited to just one or two airports. Airports across the country felt the effects, with potential delays and cancellations piling up. From Heathrow to Gatwick, the failure caused significant interruptions in flight schedules, leaving passengers and airlines alike in a challenging predicament. This significant failure has left passengers stranded and airlines scrambling to manage the situation. With such a massive technical glitch, what does it mean for airlines and passengers? The impact of this air traffic control failure is profound, causing a ripple effect that disrupts the intricate operations of airlines and leaves passengers in a lurch. Airlines, including major players like British Airways and EasyJet, are grappling with this unexpected hiccup, working tirelessly to gauge the extent of its impact on their operations. These airlines are not just facing the challenge of rescheduling flights, they are also tasked with the responsibility of keeping their customers, the passengers, informed. In times of such disruption, communication becomes key. Passengers are being advised to stay in touch with their airlines for regular updates, as the situation evolves with each passing minute. But the impact isn't limited to mere delays. The failure of the air traffic control system can, and indeed has, led to flight cancellations. Imagine being all set for your flight, only to be told that it's been cancelled due to a technical glitch. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a disruption of plans, of schedules, of lives. And then there's the possibility of being rerouted. Some flights may be forced to land at different airports, adding a layer of complexity to an already stressful situation. Picture this. You're mid-air, expecting to land at your destination, and then you're told that you'll be landing elsewhere. It's not just about the additional travel time, it's the uncertainty, the change of plans at the last minute. The impact of this failure is far-reaching, affecting thousands of passengers and causing significant disruption to airlines. It's a stark reminder of how reliant we are on technology, and how, when it fails, the effects are not just technical, but deeply human. So what happens next, and how serious is the impact of this air traffic control failure? Let's unravel the aftermath of the situation. The air traffic control failure took place on one of the busiest days of the year, throwing a wrench into the travel plans of hundreds of thousands of airline passengers. This was not an ordinary day. It was a day when families were returning from their summer holidays, a day when business travelers were setting off for important meetings. The effects of this failure were not limited to a single day. Even if the fault were resolved quickly, the disruption was expected to persist for the rest of the day. This was an unfortunate situation, especially considering that UK aviation was already operating at full capacity. Heathrow and Gatwick airports, two of the busiest airports in the country, were particularly affected. These hubs, already teeming with passengers, were thrown into chaos as the failure caused delays and cancellations. What's more, many passengers, including families finishing their summer holidays, were due to fly into the UK. Their anticipation of a smooth journey home was shattered, replaced with uncertainty and frustration. This failure not only disrupted their plans but also left them stranded, unsure of when they would be able to return home. But let's not forget about the ripple effect this failure had on the aviation industry. Airlines were left scrambling, trying to manage the chaos and keep their customers informed. The failure put a massive strain on airlines, airports, and ground services, all of which had to work tirelessly to manage the situation. In summary, the air traffic control failure was a significant event that had far-reaching consequences. It disrupted the travel plans of hundreds of thousands of passengers, strained the resources of the aviation industry, and highlighted the vulnerabilities of air traffic control systems. The air traffic control failure has caused significant disruption and delays, affecting thousands of passengers and causing a ripple effect across the aviation industry.